Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, we're back here on a Monday doing some typical Monday content. So we're burning the old SG&L crystal. Yes, it's right here, burning lovely, perfectly, and looking very nice. This is the first crystal I purchased back in early 2019, and it did set me back a little bit of money. Even though it was a project, the globe plate was just a distant memory. The perforated holes gave way to rust, and there was just a gaping hole, except for a ring that the globe sat in. And so that was not going to happen. That was not going to work very well for what my purposes were. And so I had to procure another lantern. I found it was a late 1890s Dietz Victor that had a lot of problems, but it had a good globe plate. And so I scored that, and as well as a fuel cap, because it was missing the fuel cap. So I got everything to match, and it looks right. Now, the only difference between SG&L and Dietz globe plate cross wires is that Dietz had a bracket that kept them still and for rigidity. SG&L did not. But you know what? Small potatoes. It's a vintage part. It's of the same period. And to be fair, the last patent on this is 1898. So this crystal from SG&L is more or less one of the last to be made. It's got the SG&L crystal fount as well. So everything matches. I've seen some other examples that were, I would say, last ditch, manufacturing after Dietz consumed SG&L. So it would have a Dietz marked fount, but SG&L marked parts other than that. So, this one's all consistent. It does have the SG&L globe. However, I had to find that. I don't know if you can see it. It's a very weak cast, but it's there. It says Syracuse, New York, SG&L. But those globes are very hard to find with a very strong casting. The fount is nice and strong, but the globes are often not. And when you find one that has a strong casting, then of course you're going to pay a dear price for it. They are very desirable. So, but most of the ones that are discovered are a weaker casting, and those even can go for $100 plus, depending. So anyways, this thing is burning nicely and we're enjoying it, but we're going to give this a little backstage and give an update to the other crystal that I showcased yesterday and talked about the disappointment and the setback. But I thought I'd come out here and do a little paint removal. So here it is. You can see I removed the majority of the black paint. Yeah, see? And actually it's got good solder. You see the glass is not there. But, I'm going to do a little WD-40, a little fine-tuning and clean up. And then it should actually look a lot better. But here's the fount. This is the fount. So this is the top of it. Okay. It's not supposed to be in so many pieces. And here's another piece. And another piece. And a few more pieces in there. You can see them all. They're all in there. Yeah, they're all in there. So it's sad, but I have the ambition to glue said pieces together as much as possible. I'm going to clean the glass as best as I can, carefully, and then carefully glue the pieces to where they should be. At least the large pieces I will. And then that way it will be structurally sound. And I'll put it carefully back into the frame so that way it will appear normal or as complete for the time being until I can find the proper replacement fount. Now, I made an error in my last video where I mentioned that the Kirkmans had a replacement fount that they made and offered. However, that is incorrect. I spoke to Madison last night, and I was talking to him, and he says that they never did make that replacement fount, and he said that they have no record of it ever being offered. And so I'm like, well, that's interesting. I like to think I have a pretty decent memory, and I know that I saw it on there. But I spoke with Woody, and he said that well, they had planned on making them, and they were preparing to have them made, but the glass company they were working with that was local to them closed up shop, and they were never made. So I believe they were listed on the website in their catalog, but as maybe a potential thing that was going to come soon, maybe, or whatever. But I do remember that there was founts that were available, or maybe listed there. But anyways, they never did make them, apparently. So, but there is a silver lining. They did mention that they have vintage Dietz Crystal founts on hand. It's a limited number. Okay. But they might be willing to sell one. So I'm like, okay, well, if I play my cards right, I might be able to get one, but I'm not sure what the cost is. So that is definitely important to find out. But at any rate, I'm going to put the glass here together as best as I can. Sorry, allergies. And then go from there. Because if I can at least piece it together and make it presentable, and it will look okay, because the line where it comes down to is way down here, so you'll never see the top. And if I can at least get it to hold together and be inside the lantern, then that might be okay. It might be fine, just for decorative purposes. And well, I might be able to burn it, because if I only fill it up a little bit, then I could probably burn it. It wouldn't be that bad. As long as I don't shake it. I'll have a mess. But this thing definitely has good bones. It really does. It's actually in better condition than the SG&L. There's really little pitting. Only a little pitting on the top of the fount deck. Not so much on the skirt. A little bit on the brackets and everything. But all in all, in really good shape. So I'm really excited. This thing is going to be kind of cool. I think it's going to work out good for me. So that's awesome. And I'm excited for that. But next week, I should probably try and attempt to gluing the fount back together, and then go from there. So there we go. So patience, my friends. We're going to try and do this and get it to where it should be. At least, if not anything else, burning. And but that'll take time. I'm just going to keep working on cleaning up the frame and have it ready for when that time comes. Then I'll have the fount and put it all back together and have an operational lantern. Now, I did remove the globe wire guard, so this will go back on here. But I needed to actually clean all this because it was so goopy with black paint that I couldn't get this to fit in there very well. And I have a little straightening to do. It's not going to be hard, but you know, it'll be fine. It's going to look good. And I don't know what it is, but those single wire globe guard designs of Dietz are really attractive to me. I like them. So yeah, there we go. Awesome. Well, that's the update. That's the Monday update. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. You did get 2 content videos this week, so Sunday and Monday. I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah, we're gonna keep up the work, stiff upper lip, and just make this as best as we can. And I think it's actually going to turn out pretty good. It's going to surprise me. I really can tell. It has a last patent of 1893, so it definitely falls within the mid 1890s of a manufacturer date, more or less. It doesn't have the lift lever. See, you see the solder where it used to be? Well, it's missing. I have that on its way. It's coming. And once that gets here, then I'll try and assemble it, the rest of it, and then hopefully I'll have the fount. As sad as it is, I should be able to put most of it back together, and at least it will look okay. So, yeah. All right, friends. Just gonna cut it short today, and yeah. Oh wait, before I go, it's interesting. I did order a burner cone for it because the other one is, well, more or less trash. You saw that yesterday. So this one I got, and I thought it was a hinged one because the burner cone on the other crystal I have is a hinged burner cone. This one is not. Well, this one is a hinged burner cone, but this one doesn't take a hinged burner cone. There's no holes. You see any holes for it? No, no holes. So, oh well, we'll figure it out. I have other burner cones, so I'm sure I can figure something out. You know, that's not going to be the end of the world. Yeah. So there we go. All right, friends. Well, have a great rest of your week. Thanks again for tuning in. And we'll be keeping you posted with the updates on how this project goes. And of course, hopefully this week I'll have some better news about my CT Ham top lift design lantern. Hopefully its problems are remedied fairly soon. And we'll just keep on trucking. And then, of course, we have some other projects to be addressed as well. So keep tuning in. You'll still see new content and projects being completed and added, of course. So, yeah, awesome. All right, everybody have a great rest of your week. Or it's just starting. So have a great week, and we'll see you guys again probably Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or at the very latest next Monday. All right, take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.